And welcome back to Atreyu News. Oh my god, Trump's whole family was spied on. Well, it's something we already knew. We've been talking about it. The left keeps calling us crazy. Of course, that's their only argument. They only have a couple arguments. You're either a sexist, a racist, or you're crazy, or a combination of the three. This is big. According to reports, some of the communications picked up were Trump transition officials talking about Trump's family, intel source says. Let's take a listen.
Right, Jake, and actually I've just spoken to some members on the committee who are aware of exactly what are in those reports, and what they are saying is that Trump transition officials were talking about President-elect Trump at that time, President-elect Trump, his plans for the new administration, and those were disseminated widely within the intelligence community. Also, some of those discussions were about President Trump's family, discussions that Chairman Nunes believes should not have been disclosed widely within the intelligence community. Of course, some of these communications also appearing in the press, including over Michael Flynn's discussions with the ambassador to Russia, Jeff Sessions, as well, those communications as well. But nothing in here suggests what Donald Trump was saying earlier, that he was wiretapped under the orders of President Barack Obama, even though, Jake, President Trump said this earlier today, that he feels vindicated.
I somewhat do. I must tell you, I somewhat do. I very much appreciated the fact that they found what they found, but I somewhat do.
Now, Nunes made very clear that there's nothing in these reports that he's looked at back up the claims that President Trump had been wiretapped. And I asked Chairman Nunes directly, anything in these communications that you've seen?
Listen to the words that they use. So, in fact, they're not actually lying. Was he wiretapped, like, quote unquote, wiretapped? No. But he was spied on. It's just called something else. So, was he wiretapped? No, but he was still spied on. That's what, CNN, they're never really going to tell you the whole truth, but you kind of have to read between the lines, because out of the bullshit they say, there's, it's probably like 3%, 4% truth in there. You just got to know how to cipher it out.
And so far, have they picked up President Trump's communications itself? This is what he said.
And was the president also part of that incidental collection? His communications?
Yes.
They were.
Yes.
But then I clarified with him afterwards. He seemed to back off that comment, and I asked him, was he definitely picked up, or was it possible that it was picked up? And he said it's possible. So that's where things stand right now, Jake.
Possible to CNN is probably yes. Some of the communications picked up were Trump transition officials talking about Trump's family, intel sources say. I already showed that one. But it just goes to show, we've been telling the truth for as long as any of us can remember. It's just now we have the power to push it forward. Donald Trump Jr. just put the failing MSM on blast. I could see him as the next president, or one of his sons, or perhaps his daughter even. Refresh my memory, who has been saying this for weeks now? The media would be a lot more. And so true it is. The truth will set you free. You got to know the truth and seek the truth. The numbers have just come in. James Comey is in trouble. It appears both sides hates this man. According to a new poll, 70% of Americans disapprove of FBI Director James Comey. This could be reason enough for President Trump to ask his resignation. Independent.co.uk reported a poll of registered voters showed they have a negative view of FBI Director James Comey by a 2-to-1 margin. The Harvard-Harris poll survey was only released in full to the Hill newspaper. It surveyed 2,092 registered voters, Democrat, Republican, and Independent, online from 14th to 16th of March. The poll showed that 35% of those voters had a negative view of Mr. Comey, and 17% had what the respondents deemed a positive view. I'd be curious who the hell would have a positive view of that guy. The Hill pointed out that even at the height of the Red Scare and McCarthyism, when Senator Joe McCarthy led the charge to root out communists in the U.S., 78% of the voters 78% of votes thought FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover Jr. was doing a good job, according to a 1953 Gallup poll. Harvard-Harris poll co-director Mark Penn told The Hill that Mr. Comey's poll result likely points to a crisis of confidence in his leadership as top law enforcement officer. Well, of course, he's playing both sides of the coin. He's playing the side of the patriot once in a while, but mostly a globalist's side. Mr. Comey now infamously threw a wrench into the 2016 presidential campaign only a little over a week before the election day when he revealed the FBI had discovered more emails relevant to the prior investigation into Hillary Clinton's use of a private server for State Department communications. Well, the Democrats will point to anything as the reason why they lost the election. Reality is Hillary Clinton was the most corrupt candidate to ever run in the history of America, and the public finally realized it.